Hello, good afternoon. How are you guys doing today? My name is Chooks Ine. Peter Obi last night was in California, USA. When he arrived, in fact, there was a 2 hours delay for his flight from Canada to California, USA. So there was an interview that was scheduled, a live interview that was scheduled to be held by 11:30 Nigerian time, and many of us were awake waiting for that interview. That interview was being conducted by Adeola, the YouTube sensation. Adeola, yes, that is her name. And she later came online and apologized and explained to us that this is the reason why Peter Obi couldn't make it to the interview around the time that was specified for that interview. Now, later on, as a matter of fact, I waited for some time, and because of time difference, I had to go to bed. And then later in the midnight, I woke up, and it happened that the interview has been conducted. So I took my time and started watching that interview. In that interview, this wonderful lady asked Peter Obi specific questions. You know that the obedient movement is mostly championed by the youths, and most of these youths are internet savvy, and these youths have dedicated their energy, their resources in campaigning for P2B for free without thinking of any sheshe or even asking for it. And somebody once said that this movement is a continuation of the NSAS movement, that the youth just saw a gleam of hope in P2B, and so the youth are expecting a lot of things from His Excellency P2B when he becomes the president of Nigeria. And it is based on this that they are doing all these necessary things, or making all these efforts, marching up and down to see that P2B wins. Many of them who have never in their life cared about voting or the democratic system in Nigeria for once went and suffered to get their PVC card. Having been armed with this PVC card, they are geared towards making sure that the necessary changes are made to elect a credible leader that will impact their lives. And so, what are the expectations of Nigerian youths from His Excellency Peter Obi, and what is the plan of Peter Obi for the Nigerian youths? Peter Obi has been crying and shouting all this while that the Nigerian youth should take back their country and that it is their future they are toying with, referring to the day there. The day are the political bandits, these old people who have been in the system looting Nigeria dry. And so, do we expect the same thing from the same man who tells us, take back your country, they are toying with your future? What is it that you are expecting from Peter Obi? I listened to Peter Obi. I've been listening to Peter Obi. I've been following him ever since he came out to declare his intention to become the president of Nigeria. And last night, I got a clearer understanding about his plans for the Nigerian youth, and that is what I want to share with you people. Peter Obi made emphasis about Tony Elumelu, the chairman of the United Bank of Africa Group, UBA, and he said that Tony Elumelu has been piloting something, has been doing something wherein he gives a Nigerian youth $5,000, and he said in 1 year time that youth that was given $5,000 was able to employ 20 more people. Now Peter Obi now said, if 40, listen attentively, he now said if you give about 40,000 Nigerian youths or 40 million Nigerian youths, I have to be sure of this, please. But he what he's trying to say is kind of whether if they imitate the system that Tony Elumelu is doing, empowering Nigerian youths with $5,000, and then they in turn will employ 20 people each. Yes, now I get the figures right. So if 20 people are being employed by 40 million people, you can get the number of people that have been taken out of the unemployment market and giving a sense of belonging. But remember one thing, my dear Nigerian youths, I don't consider myself a youth. I am 40 years old. You know, I did my national service as way back at 2005. At the age of 40, I'm not a youth. I'm an adult. I'm a man. You know, so those that are doing a national youth service, I did my national youth service at the age of 21, ended it at the age of 22. So why should I be seeing myself as a Nigerian youth? You know, but I know that this is what is about to happen. Peter Obi believes in hard work. He said that, you know, and when the lady asked him the question, you know, she reminded Peter Obi that President Buhari called Nigerian youths lazy, you know, and these are the same people that are showing a lot of energy for Peter Obi. And what is it that Peter Obi is coming to do for them and with them? Peter Obi said Nigerian youths are not lazy. Nigerian youths are one of the most hardworking youths in the world, and what they have been able to achieve despite the difficult situation they found themselves is enormous. You know, in the IT sector, in the entertainment sector, you know, in the creative art industry, in so many areas in Nigeria, in the sports industry, the Nigerian youths have distinguished themselves from so many other youths. And then Peter Obi now said small and medium enterprises, so the SMEs, you know, he said that is what China did, that is what Hong Kong or other countries are doing in lifting their youth out of poverty, that these youths have entrepreneurial ideas, you know, but they don't have that support, you know, they don't have that platform where they are groomed and supported and mentored, you know, that government is not going to employ everybody. His government is not coming to employ them, but is coming to create employment through the private sector by empowering the private sector. I hope you're understanding. You know, so that the youth can be productive. You know, remember he's contesting through Labour Party, and Labour Party is all about labor. Let's not forget, it is work we're coming to do. He said one should not expect to just sit at home and money will come to you, or we pray and money will come to you. No. He now said that he made emphasis about the northern region or the northern part of Nigeria, their vast lands being the crude oil of the north or the crude oil of Nigeria. He said that a lot of youth will be channeled towards agriculture, you know, and they will be given that support. And he said, look at California, for example. California is leading in the economy in the US as far as the state is concerned, more than Texas that has oil. And what is it that California is doing well? California is doing a lot when it comes to agriculture and human development. And so Nigerian youths are going to be enhanced, you know, or co-opted into the agricultural sector, you know, so because there are a lot of land to be cultivated and things to be harvested. And so those that have interest or passion, employment will be created through the agricultural business, and then they will have a sense of belonging. He also did mention about those in the internet or the ICT space, and he said when he was reminded that a lot of Nigerian youths are into Yahoo, he told them that yes, even the Indians, that was the same thing. They once had bad name because their youths were not harnessed properly, and so the Indians were using the ICT to do a lot of things. But what happened is that today the Indians are the ones leading the world in the ICT because a proper government came and harnessed that human capital. And so that is the same thing that will be done for the Nigerian youth, and that they are going to be harnessed into the ICT world, you know. So if you're a Nigerian youth and you're championing for Peter Obi, I want you to know that you should keep that hope alive, because Peter Obi is not forgetting you. In fact, you are the person that he has in mind. And Peter Obi also said something. He said one important area where he's going to transform the life of Nigerian youth is through education, and that he did this in Anambra State by making sure that they had the best of education, and that was why he was able to take them from the 26th position to the first position in Nigeria. And then when he made the educational sector in Anambra State, it was not a good report, and so he started to change things, and he adopted the Millennium Development Goals, and these were the things he used in arresting education. He now said that education, the Nigerian youths are going to be given access to loans, student loans. This is the same thing that is done in America or in other developed countries, whereby children don't even need to depend on their parents for their own education. They take loans from the banks, they go to school, and then they get jobs and they pay back those money. And so P2B said Nigerian youths are going to have access to loans because he realized that government is taking a lot of burden in the educational sector. He said they are going to overhaul the entire educational system so that people can get quality education without all these strikes. And what it means that the schools should be able to fund themselves through consulting and generating income for the institution. And so when students are able to pay what they're supposed to pay for education, the school will have money and the students can go through education without all these challenges and hurdles. So when youth, and he said that when youths are properly educated, they are better prepared for the job market. So Nigerian youths, I want you to know that the man P2B is coming to serve us. We are employing him to do this work for us as our president come 2023, and we expect him to do a lot that will affect the lives of youths. There are other areas that the lives of youths will also be affected positively, and one way is through the power sector. And then he reminded us that his trip to Egypt to learn about how they were able to generate 50,000 megawatts of electricity in 5 years' time is something that will be replicated in Nigeria. When he was asked about the time frame when this darkness and lack of electricity crisis we're having in Nigeria will be a thing of the past, he said very soon they should give him 5 years, and that in that 5 years time, currently Nigeria is generating about 4,000, or he rounded it up to 5,000 megawatts of electricity, and he now said that in 5 years time they will generate 200% of what is currently being generated. Energy or power, the power sector, if properly harnessed, or if this electricity crisis that Nigeria has been suffering is solved, is going to help Nigerians who are into even the ICT sector, because you cannot come online without internet or without electricity or without charging your phone or without having access to a conducive environment. Industries cannot even function because right now the cost of diesel is very, very high, and you don't expect a youth to be able to run a successful business when diesel is too expensive. The end product or the finished product will be too expensive. That business is going to die. Even big companies are dying. P2B said his emphasis is not on big companies but on small companies because they are the engine of growth. He said he has studied Nigeria holistically and he knows what the simple things that needs to be done for Nigeria to change, for Nigeria to be transformed, and for Nigeria to be better. P2B also said that most of the Nigerian youths who have left Nigeria and are doing well outside Nigeria are the ones that will even come back and also employ other Nigerian youths. He said he's coming to provide an enabling environment, make sure that the security issues are addressed, make sure that, because he said no foreign investor is going to come to a place that is not secured, because they'll be fearing for their lives. And so when the Nigerians in diaspora who have the financial resources, sees that this place, our country is now better, they will return back and then they will employ other Nigerian youths and they will help in making Nigeria better again. So Eric Gossin is saying agriculture is a good point. He also says state schools will stop national strike action, and he said refine crude oil at home. Yes, P2B did mention that these things are very, very possible. Nigerian youths don't need to worry. They should continue to have faith in him. He's seeing their efforts, he's seeing their movements, he's proud of them, he loves them, and he's coming to serve them. He's coming to give back their country to them so that they can enjoy the benefits of being a citizen of Nigeria. Thank you very much for watching me this afternoon. I hope you will share this video so that other Nigerian youths will get to know that P2B is the man who is coming to rescue us and make sure that whatever plans we have in our lives are actualized, our dreams can come to pass in our country, and not just us leaving this country to a better place. For there is no other place that we have except this Nigeria. This is our home. I love you guys and I appreciate your support. I'll be back very, very soon. Have a good day. Bye bye.